So in the mountaineering community, there's some pretty sad news today. It's come out in the course of the morning that there were 10 climbers on an 8,000 metre peak in Pakistan, Broad Peak, hit by an avalanche. Now, one of those climbers was Nirmal Purja, and if you've ever seen the film 14 Peaks on Netflix, you'll know who I'm talking about. If you haven't, I would highly advise that you go and see that film. I've never met Nims, but I 100% admire what he did. So a few years ago, he decided that he was going to climb all 14 of the world's 8,000 metre peaks in 7 months. And he actually did it in just over 6 months. People told him it wasn't possible, and so the name of his project was Project Possible. But the lesson in here really is for leaders and business owners. So I would argue that to be a leader, you actually sometimes need to put yourself out there to do something that people don't think can be done. It doesn't necessarily mean it's something that's never been done before, although there are common characteristics that are shared by things that have never been done before. But it starts with, you making a suggestion, maybe in work or in your business or in life, to do something, people telling you that it's not possible, and you actually proving that it is possible. So think about maybe all those little meetings in work where you get pushback, or where somebody says, well, that doesn't work in this business, that doesn't work in this locality, that's not going to work with this team, we can't do it that way, we've already done it this way, okay? All of those are little microcosms of this same scenario, whereas a leader, you need to actually stand up and do the thing. And I would argue that sometimes if you are only ever charting a course that's been charted all the time before, are you actually a leader or are you just following? Once you realize that something's possible and you do it, then other people realize it was possible all along. We see this in sport, we see it in life, we see it in business. So characteristics of leaders that actually can change what's possible, such as Nirmal with his 14 peaks, are courage, clarity, and capacity. So first you have to have the courage to name it, to name the goal. Secondly, you need to have clarity. So you need to have clarity to bring people on the journey with you. So mountaineers don't summit alone, and most businesses don't scale alone. Olympians don't go alone. Most people have coaches, they have support teams, they have people around them. Clarity brings people on that journey. So Nirmal didn't say, I'm just going to go climb a few mountains. He said, I'm going to climb 14 of the world's highest mountains in this time frame. And he did that. And then the third piece is obviously you need to have that capacity. So the internal capacity and the external capacity, the self-leadership, the leadership, the self-regulation, all of the health habits, all of the boundaries, all of the communication habits, all of that needs to form part of your capacity so that you don't just burn out on your way to whatever your summit might be. So all of these things together create followers. And leadership isn't just about being the first person to do something or the first person to believe that something's possible, but to achieve great things in anything you want to in life, it's about naming it, it's about clarity, and it's about building that capacity to keep doing so. So thoughts are with anybody in the mountaineering community today. And yeah, hopefully we can all take some great lessons and some takeaways from Nirmal's history and life, and I'd highly encourage you to go and watch 14 Peaks. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you tomorrow for more from Endurers. Bye.